Hey there everyone, I am Shivani and welcome back to my channel. Now today I'm going to talk about something that all of you will be able to relate with and give out tips that hopefully all of you will be able to benefit from. So nowadays we use our phones a lot and pretty much all the time. Sometimes we have the urge to keep the phones in our hands whenever we are free. And if it feels like we're losing out on something if you're not constantly checking our calls or SMS or notifications. Do you know that an average person checks their phone for about 150 times a day? Yep, that's how high the numbers are. So it's important that we take a step back and try to analyze our behavior. And since the phones are not going away anytime soon, we have got to take things into our own hands. So here are 5 tips that can help you to use your phone mindfully. Turn off the notifications. Yup, you heard that right. Internet has made sure that all of us are connected and available 24/7, which is great, but that's not how it should be all the time. We love to put our post on social media and then we want instant gratification. How many likes, how many comments. So we keep our phones very close to us and the moment it beeps, we grab it and check the notification. And sometimes when it doesn't, we would just wait for the notifications to come in. Not just that, we have a lot of messaging apps these days wherein we want to stay connected with our loved ones and we're part of a lot of groups as well. For example, I'm part of groups like Vegans in India, FinTech in India, a Rung YouTube community, and even a lot of family groups as well. So are those messages important? Definitely yes. But are those messages important? Not all the time. So those messages can wait and we don't have to grab our phones the moment any notification comes in. So this is the screenshot of my actual phone and you can see that the only notification that I've turned on right now is clock because I need alarm to wake up and also to remind myself of these little tasks throughout the day, and second is drink water reminder because I need that. So the first day I turned off all my notifications to be honest, I felt like there is something missing in my life, and now 7 days later I just feel that there is so much more time in my life, that now I am more focused to do things and then now I can sit longer for any task that I'm supposed to do. So I would say it has been an incredible change. The idea is to avoid distractions as much as possible and to own my time. So I will get back to those messages and those notifications, but only when I have the time and energy to do so and also when I have the headspace to do so. For you, I won't say that you have to disable or turn off your notifications right away. Maybe do a couple of them, the ones that are not so much important, and then gradually build on to the habit. And I would strongly urge you that if there is one thing that you take away from this video, it has to be this tip. Oh, that's such a nice quote. What? Limit your screen time. There is an app on my phone, it's called Digital Wellbeing, and as its name, that's what it does. It takes care of my digital well-being and it tells me a lot about my phone usage and about how much time am I spending on my phone throughout the day. So it tells me things like how many times have I unlocked my phone, how many notifications did I receive, how many hours did I spend on my phone that entire day, and also across different apps. The other cool thing that the app can do is that I can put daily cutoff reminders for each app. For example, my daily cutoff for Instagram is 1 hour, for YouTube it's 1.5 hours. So if any day I go crazy, my phone will be like, hello, what is this behavior? बहुत time हो गया, रखो अभी phone side में. तो अगर मैंने 1 घंटे का reminder लगा रखा है, तो after 50 minutes it would be like, you just have 10 minutes left. So it gives me some buffer and then I am like mentally prepared to do it. And then again I have another cool feature on my phone. I think it's available with everyone. It's called like a bedtime mode. It's in the clock section, and what it does is that I have told my phone I want to get up at a certain time, I want to sleep at a certain time. So every night at 10:30 my phone goes black and white. So it's like its way of telling me ki it's time for you to sleep. And it's quite funny that a few days ago my sister was using my phone at 10:30 and suddenly she was like, aapke phone ko kuch ho gaya? I was like, nahi, it's just a reminder for me to for like my phone's telling me that you have to go to sleep. So not just there, I believe there are a lot of other apps which are available out there that you can either download or that should be available with your phone. The idea is to create physical, mental barriers so that something triggers you that now time, you have spent enough time on your app, on your phone, so now let it go. Ask yourself the question, why are you picking up the phone? The one thing that all of us have experienced is the fact that we pick up our phones at a lot of different situations. We pick up our phones when we have nothing else to do, when we're getting bored, when we're waiting for someone, or when we're awkward, or when we want to pretend that we are busy. So we would just open our phones and start using the calendar. Happened with everyone. It has happened with me. So what I've started doing nowadays is that whenever I am reaching out to my phone, I ask myself the question, why are you picking up your phone, darling? And what it does is that when I ask that question to myself, I'm suddenly fully aware about my intentions, and then it helps me to take meaningful decisions. So it's not like I don't still use Instagram or YouTube. I still use them. I still want to see how my YouTube videos are doing, but I want to scroll over Instagram. But when I'm doing that now, I am fully aware about it. I have owned my time, and I'm not letting time slip away from my hands. The other thing that I've done is that I have clubbed Instagram and YouTube, the two apps that I use the most, in a folder, and the folder is called Really. So when I am reaching out to my phone, I ask my question, why are you using, or why are you reaching out to your phone? And then when I answer it, and when I still open the phone and I get to Instagram, the folder says, really, you want to use this app right now? There's nothing better that you can do with your time. Another thing that I've done is that I've created another folder. It's called the good stuff, which has all the good and productive apps on my phone, and I've kept it right beside my Really folder. So when I'm reaching towards my folder, and then I'm constantly reminded of all the other good things that I can spend my time on, and just make better usage of my time. So these are these little barriers that I have created for myself that are so far working. So you also experiment, figure out what works for you, and use different strategies, different apps. The idea is to be fully aware. The idea is to ask yourself questions so you know how you're using your phone, and you are in command of it. Don't use your phone first thing in the morning. Do you use your phone first thing in the morning and then stay in bed and spend like 10 minutes, 30 minutes, or even an hour scrolling through the phone? If yes, then this point is specially for you. When we get up in the morning, our minds are fresh, and hopefully we are filled with hope, enthusiasm, and energy to take in the new day. It's a new beginning, and most probably we're also our most efficient and productive self. So in that precious moment, doing something as passive as scrolling through your social media feed or reading news is such a waste of time and energy. What's happening in the world, like knowing what's happening in the world, is definitely important, but it shouldn't be like the first thing you do in the morning. Jay Shetty, who is a purpose coach, said something like, I don't want to be externally stimulated, but I want to be internally situated. And I absolutely agree with that. Mornings are such beautiful, precious time, and it should be spent doing things that benefit you. It should be spent on self-care. So something like workout or meditation or reading or journaling, anything that works with you or your schedule. As long as I can remember, I haven't used my phone first thing in the morning. I am so pumped. I am so filled with energy and enthusiasm in the morning that I don't want to waste my time scrolling through my Instagram feed or watching videos or taking any kind of information for that fact. To be honest, I don't use my phone for about 2 or sometimes even 3 hours in the morning, and I know आधे लोग सोच रहे होंगे कि अरे सुबह phone use करती है तो 2-3 घंटे करती क्या है? Well, I have a morning routine and I want to make a video about it soon. So let me know in the comments below if you want to watch it as well. And so I'm trying to do that for my night time as well. I'm trying to avoid phone before I sleep, something I'm struggling with, which is why the bedtime mode. So I'm just doing these little things to make my life better, to get a hold of my time and energy, and this is something that I would recommend you guys, and hopefully it works for you too. Oh, it looks so pretty. Let me pick a photo. Oh, the clouds look so pretty. Let me pick a photo. You don't have to capture everything and share it. As humans, we love to share our happy and our proud moments with everyone. And with the advent of internet and social media, it's now easier than ever. I have realized this about myself, that when I have the urge to take a lot of photos and share with everyone, on an instant basis, it is somehow taking away from my experience, of that particular moment. So this is something that I've been doing since few years, but I don't post my stories on Instagram in real time. For example, when I went to Dubai in 2018, what I did was that I took a lot of photos and videos from my phone. I came back to India and then I started posting them. How it helped me was, one, I could enjoy the moment, not think about putting up the stories, not think about the captions at that moment. And second was that when I came back to India, I could think of captions and could think of ways to sort of like weave a story. But with time, I've also realized and have been told that Instagram is supposed to be instant. So what I've done now is that when something is happening, if there's an event or anything happens, I don't wait for days, but I don't do it at that time as well. I rather wait for a few hours, let the event end, and post stories in towards the end of the day when everything has ended. So it still lets me enjoy the day and still lets me kinda be instant. So it's somehow like working out for me. So yeah, there is no rule. I mean, figure out what works for you, for your schedule, for your personality, for your content, and do it. But the idea is that the constant urge of taking a lot of photos and sharing with the world should be stopped, because it somehow doesn't let us be mindful again and just keep us indulged in the phone, in the process of sharing it later rather than enjoying the moment then and there. Another thing that I've done is I have told my friends and family about my phone usage habits. For example, all my dear friends know that I sleep by 10:30 or 11, so I cannot do late phone calls. Sorry, but I cannot be your 3 a.m. friend. And they know that I'm not a fan of messaging, so I would rather want to have a call instead. They know that when I'm not using my phone, my internet is usually off, so we cannot do like random WhatsApp calls and we have to schedule the calls. So this way they know what to expect from me. And also maybe in your journey, when you tell your friends, they also know what to expect from you. They also have that kind of boundary. They give you the space and they also hold you accountable for it and help you in your journey instead. Unconsciously, I have been on this journey of using my phone mindfully for quite a few years, and I've never been a fan of my phone controlling my time or my mood. But one thing that I struggled a lot with is how I use social media, and now I can proudly say that in 2021 I've also taken a control of that, and now I use my phone more mindfully. I really hope that these tips help you in your journey, and please don't forget to share it with everyone who can benefit from this video. You guys know the drill. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up. Let me know in the comments below whatever you think of it, and don't forget to subscribe to my channel for more content on conscious lifestyle. I will see you next Sunday. Until then, do whatever makes you happy. Bye bye.